Coming up on the Braves Sports Network, we have a special SWAC tournament edition of the Nate Kilbert and Landon Bussey programs live from Atlanta, where the Lady Braves will take on Alabama A&M, and the men will get set to take on Bethune-Cookman. Already, March Madness has infiltrated the SWAC basketball tournament. Major upset in Game 1 as Prairie View upset Bethune-Cookman. So we'll talk all about that with Lady Braves head coach Nate Kilbert, Destiny Brown, Defensive Player of the Year. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the matchup with Alabama A&M coming up on Thursday. We'll take a quick break right here, 30-second timeout, and the Nate Kilbert Show starts after this from Atlanta on the Braves Sports Network.
Some names immediately evoke an uncommon sense of family, an unmistakable sense of character, an undeniable sense of legacy. Always. Where trailblazers and innovators chart new paths of possibility. Where academic rigor empowers the strength of character to lead with knowledge and integrity. It's a name that harkens back to over 150 years of truly making a difference in our world. Always Alcorn.
Coming up here on the Braves Sports Network, 91.7 WPRL, WPRL.org, and on Facebook Live, WPRL, the special SWAC tournament edition of the Landon Bussey program. I'm Charles Edmond, live here in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the 2025 SWAC basketball tournament. And the Lady Braves will get set to take on Alabama A&M. We'll talk all about that with Lady Braves head coach Nate Kilbert. You can text a question, 601-301-2611 on X, Tall Man Radio. Let's get right into it. March Madness already infiltrating the SWAC basketball tournament as Prairie View A&M in overtime eliminated Bethune-Cookman. Who would have thought that if you were preparing your brackets? Brackets have already been busted, I think, for a lot of people who might have had Bethune-Cookman, who was playing well at times. And in Prairie View, they beat Jackson State. We beat them. But in March Madness SWAC tournament, you never know what's going to happen. And we just saw what happened in overtime. Grambling's men eliminated Alabama A&M. The Florida A&M teams are coming up next. Florida A&M and Mississippi Valley, and Florida A&M's men will take on Prairie View later. Lady Braves head coach Nate Kilbert joining us. Coach, breaking down film as we speak, getting ready for Dawn Brown's team. Coach, how you doing?
Doing good. Can you hear me?
Well, I think Coach Kilbert has frozen up here. I think we got him back. Coach, you there?
I don't know what's going on. Like freezing up on you.
All right, I think we got you. Yes, sir. We can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good. I can hear you when you was trying to hear me. I don't know what's going on. Like my end is freezing up for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, maybe we'll throw some hot water on it and unthaw it for a little bit for the next 25 minutes or so. Coach, right off the bat, before we get into it, Coach, already an upset, I guess, if you could say. Prairie View A&M in overtime. Bethune-Cookman hit a three with about 4 seconds left to send it into overtime. And, usually when the team that forces overtime, normally what happens, that team builds momentum. But Coach Pugh's team got it back together and eliminated Bethune-Cookman. Is it safe to say that March Madness is already here in Atlanta for the SWAC tournament?
What I would say is a lower seed beat a top seed, because it ain't no such thing as upset no more. If you look at all these teams, there's nobody that's dominant. There's nobody that has so much more talent than the other team. I mean, Prairie View is a very good team. That is no surprise they won that game, because they have something that none of us really have. They have a legit low post player. Williams is probably one of the best low post bigs in our conference. Fam been playing pretty good basketball, but that's good. That's good for media to say it was an upset, but it really wasn't. I mean, it was just a number 10 beating number 7, and I think that's the way the whole tournament is really going to be. I mean, no team in this tournament. If you don't come in and play the brand of basketball, good brand of basketball that you've been playing all year, and you struggling in some areas, you're going to get beat. I don't care if you're a 1 seed, 2 seed, or a 3 seed. You're going to get beat because the talent level is not that big of a stretch. Because Prairie View kids are just as good as fam kids. And they don't have nobody. That's dumb. Fam really don't have anybody. I mean, not Fam, but don't really have anybody as dominant as William is on there. Fam guards are good. And, they run some good stuff. But that wasn't a surprise at all to me. If Valley beats FAMU, it wouldn't be a surprise to me. It's just an 8 and a 9. When Alcorn beat A&M, that's not going to be a surprise to me. Because these teams are just too close to worry about what seed you are. I don't think anybody care about those seeding anymore. It's 0-0
Yeah.
now, and the teams going to come out and play. You better be ready to play. I don't care what seed you are. You better be ready to play.
Well, Prairie View's got a rematch with Texas Southern, a team that they just saw. And I was in the post-game press conference with Coach Pugh. She was glowing. I was watching Coach Pugh on the sideline. She was on one knee coaching. She was in it. That's about as animated as I've seen Sandy Pugh. Normally she's not, but she was pumping her fist. She was really excited, and she talked about it. And I think we all have gone through it, the injuries, the issues, just the back and forth all year long, just wondering, can you reel this team in? We all have gone through it. And Coach Pugh said in the post-game press conference, she's been through it. And to be able to do this in March where it matters the most, I guess nothing else before March even matters.
Yes, you're right, Charles. And I know she felt real good about that win today. I know that, and it was a big win for her program and for her team. Just to I think they kind of played the way she kind of expected them to be playing all year long with some of the kids they got. Prairie View got some talent. They got some kids who can shoot the basketball from the outside. They got a good inside game, so they got a real good basketball. They could be real scary. To be honest with you, I'm sure Texas Southern is used to playing against them, but Texas Southern done beat them twice, and people always talk about how hard it is to beat a team 3 times. So I know Coach Skeet is back in the film room now, really trying to think of some stuff that she can do, to kind of knock PV off. But it's going to be a good basketball game. I'm sure of that.
Well, you hear that phrase, Coach. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. Now we play A&M. Obviously, we only saw them once. But are you a believer as a coach? It's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. Are you a believer in
No,
that theory?
no, I don't. I know I don't. If you come out, if you come out, you team that execute die ball, turnover, all the things that you'll do. If you do the game, I don't care if you do it 4 times. I just feel like I don't believe in that. I just think the team that execute the best take better care.
We're having some issues here with Nate Kilbert. Coach, I tell you what, we're going to take a break here, and we'll come right back to you. I think you might have some Wi-Fi issues on your end. We'll take a break here, kind of reset, and we'll dive into it here as we'll talk about Destiny Brown, Defensive Player of the Year, and of course we'll get into Alabama A&M. So we'll take a break right here. We'll be right back after this 1-minute break here on the
All
Gray
right, Charles.
Sports Network.
We always believe in the power of curiosity. Our students don't just study, they reimagine possibilities. Every moment is an invitation to explore, to challenge, to transform how the world understands knowledge. Within our College of Arts and Sciences, discovery meets transformation. Your breakthrough starts here. Always mentoring, always connected, always Alcorn.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
All right, we welcome you back, head coach Nate Kilbert. Some Wi-Fi issues here. We're in the same hotel, obviously, and obviously Wi-Fi issues. Coach, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Charles.
Okay, there we go. All right, so you're talking about beating the team 3 times in one season. Hey, if you don't show up to play 3 times, you're gonna get beat 3 times. I'm assuming that's kind of your
A-
philosophy.
ab- Absolutely, absolutely. I just feel like I just feel like the team that comes out play and got their mind focused on the things that they worked on in practice. That's the team that's going to win. And it ain't got none of the times I done played you. Now I can start looking at we don't play them twice. Now I can start taking you for granted, think it's going to be an easy win, and that's how I get beat. But if I come in and do the same thing I did those first 2 games, I'm gonna end up beating you 3 straight. So that's what I feel about it. You just go in and take care of business. Now you start looking over teams because you don't beat them twice. That's how you get beat.
Well, let's look at before we look at the Alabama A&M coach. Let's look at obviously some conference news. Destiny Brown, Defensive Player of the Year. Talk about Destiny Brown and getting that award. I know she was happy about it.
Yeah, yeah. That's huge for her, and it's huge for our program to have her be a first teamer and be the defensive player of the year. You got to block his shot, that award. If you can be a rim protector and block a lot of shots, you got a chance to win that award.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing some of the block for those who are watching it, and I mean, Destiny Brown, the last regular season game, a monster game against the UAPB, and we're just seeing some of the highlights. Coach, for all her scoring, and we know that when Destiny Brown wants to score, no one can stop her. But are we underselling her defensive abilities? Is she an underrated defensive player, or do you think teams kind of respect her ability to defend at the post?
How can you be underrated in your defensive player of the year? I mean, I don't know. I don't know nothing else you can say about it. They just said it. I mean, they're saying she's the defensive player in the conference, so she can't be underrated. You know what I mean? I think she's a good shot blocker. And they'll relate. They'll show a relation, a good shot blocker, to being a defensive player. That's how they choose the award. And this year, 2 or 3 years now, she found one.
We're talking with Lady Braves head coach Nate Kilbert, Destiny Brown, Defensive Player of the Year. I thought we might get another player on the team, coach, on either the first or second team. How would you evaluate, that in terms of, the postseason awards?
See, I missed the first part of it.
As far as the postseason awards, did you think maybe another one of your players might have had an opportunity to get another award there, or are you happy with
Well,
the team as it's currently constructed?
well, the only person I thought that had a chance to get this award was Kiara Henderson. I feel like Kiara Henderson at least make second team. But it's so many keepers here, Charles. It's always going to be somebody. It's going to be 2 or 3. It's just a part of it. It's not enough. It's not enough spots available for all the kids who are deserving of it to make. I thought Kiara Henderson had to make this year.
Yeah, Kiara Henderson. I thought she might. I thought she might make the team as well. Coach, we're going to take another break here. We're going to get into Alabama A&M. Obviously, you're having some Wi-Fi issues. We might have to cut this a little bit short, but I do want to get your comments on what we're playing
Okay.
on Thursday. So we'll take a break right here. We apologize again. Sometimes these things do happen. Just Wi-Fi traffic issues. There's a lot going on. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after this as we look into Alabama A&M. Already one upset on the women's side. As Nate Kilbert says, there are no upsets in this conference at this point in time. But if you just look at the numbers, in my bracket, I did have Bethune-Cookman, winning against Prairie View. But Sandy Pugh's a veteran. She knows what these tournaments are about. She was at Southern, obviously, at PBU, and it's going to be Southern University, and they're waiting in the wings. But it will be Prairie View and Texas Southern, the Texas rematch in round 2. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout.
We believe nursing isn't just a major, it's a calling. We're not just teaching skills. We're cultivating trailblazers who transform healthcare. Every breakthrough, every compassionate touch starts with curiosity, courage, and community. At the Alcorn State University School of Nursing, passion fuels innovation. Your journey starts here. Always innovating, always transforming, always Alcorn.
All right, welcome back to the Nate Kilbert program again. Some connection issues with Coach, so we're going to try to make this short and sweet. Try to get into Alabama A&M. Coach, we haven't seen this team since January the 11th, 66-56. They have 2 players on the all-conference team, and you were talking about it at the end, especially after the other night. We've changed, and we're different from that January 11th meeting, and so is Alabama A&M. How are the Lady Braves different, and and you've been watching film on A&M, how is A&M different as we take them on the second go round?
Charles, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, because I'm like I'm frozen on this end, but simply because both teams didn't have a couple of their stars on their team. A&M didn't have Walker when they played us at our place, and you know what? Walker was she first team or second team? I think she was first team. We didn't have Finley,
Two first
you know.
teamers.
Yeah, you know. So they're going to be a different team, but a team I think with a lot more confidence and playing with a lot more spirit, you know. But you know, we watched that film against them. Man, we missed almost 20 layups in that game. It was just right around the bucket. You know, they was very, very blessed to even us not only win the game, just to be able to stay close to us in that game. We had opportunities to score that ball in that game. We just missed them, and I think, but we were still kind of gathering ourselves too. We had been injured basically pretty much the whole. That was on our second or third game, I think. But we had never got our unit together. You know, we still went a couple more weeks without ever getting our unit together. Getting our unit together. I think we were a little bit better on chemistry. We kind of know a little bit better. I'm sure A&M going to put some things in to kind of just mix it up a little bit, as we will too when it comes to some of the changes we make offensively and defensive skills might change a little bit, but we're going to pretty much do the same that we've been doing. We just better at it, and I think they feel the same way. They're going to be better at what they do than what we are, and we feel the same way about our offensive defense. We're going to be better at what we do than they are, and I think it'll be the key to winning. We're going to take care of the ball better. We're going to rebound the ball better. We're going to defend. I think that's going to help us get through this game. And of course, I think both teams are similar. We are similar to A&M when it comes to what we like to do and what they like to do. They like to control.
Apparently, we have lost Coach. He gave us just the keys to victory, Coach. Yeah, Coach. I think we just have just all kinds of Wi-Fi connection issues here with Coach, but he gave you the keys to victory. Yeah, Coach, we're gonna have to cut it short. I just think the Wi-Fi is a little bit too spotty on your end there. But we appreciate it, and we're gonna have a postseason. We're gonna have a postseason edition. We apologize, Coach, and We'll be talking to you tomorrow pregame coming up, and we're going to talk with A.D. Robinson as well. Coach, we appreciate it.
All right,
All right,
all right, bring them fill the
that's
stadium,
Lady
man.
Braves.
We need you.
Yeah, we'll talk about the alumni as well on the pregame. The alumni met the team at the hotel and wishing them congratulations and cheering them on. Of course, there'll be a big crowd here at this brand new arena that we're playing in. So we'll talk all about that coming up on the pregame show on Thursday. A.D. Robinson at the half. All right, we're going to take a break here in about 10 minutes. We're going to have head coach Landon Bussey. He'll join us at his usual time. Again, we apologize, just technical Wi-Fi issues there with Coach Kilbert. So we'll send it back, and at 5:30, we'll have head coach Landon Bussey. Of course, the Braves are a 6 seed. Landon Bussey said we would be a 7. We were a 7 going in to that last game, and thank you, Bethune-Cookman. As you can take a look at the bracket, that's the women's bracket. Bethune-Cookman obviously is eliminated. Prairie View and Texas Southern, you see there. Coming up in a matter of moments, it will be Florida A&M, the Lady Rattlers in Mississippi Valley, and then FAMU's men later on. They'll be taking on Prairie View. But in terms of the numbers, we had our first upset, even though Nate Kilbert believes at this time in the tournament there are no upsets. But that was a huge win for Prairie View. Got a chance to watch most of that game. And Bethune hit a 3 late, but then they put it away in overtime. They did a really good job from the free throw line, did Prairie View. And then Bethune-Cookman, early third quarter, just some live ball turnovers, wasted possessions, and I thought that probably was one of the big stories in that game as well. So we'll take a break here in about 9 minutes. We will have the Landon Bussey program. So we'll take a break here. We'll be right back. At the bottom of the hour, we'll have head coach Landon Bussey. This is the Braves Sports Network.